Now, the pastor, who was the first person to be confirmed with Ebola in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo's city of Goma, has died. The man tested positive after arriving in the city by bus from Butembo, 300 kilometers from the north of Goma, on Sunday. According to reports, the pastor was being transferred back to Butembo for proper care in an Ebola treatment center when he died. Meanwhile, the United Nations has hosted a high-level meeting in Geneva almost a year after the outbreak of Ebola was declared in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo to take stock of the coordinated response in the light of the first detected Ebola case in the eastern city of Goma.
The World Health Organization warns that the first detected Ebola case in Democratic Republic of Congo's eastern city of Goma could be a game changer in the scale of the outbreak. This warning is given at an emergency committee meeting to reassess the health situation in the country.
The identification of the case in Goma could potentially be a game changer in this epidemic. Goma is a city of 2 million people near the border with Rwanda and is a gateway to the region and the world. We're confident in the measures we're put in place and hope that we will see no further transmission of Ebola in Goma. Nevertheless, we cannot be too careful. I have therefore decided to reconvene the emergency committee as soon as possible to assess the threat of this development.
This case, discovered on Sunday, raises fears that the outbreak might spread to those neighboring countries like Rwanda. The Congo also remains under strain from militia violence. As this case was being identified, during the weekend, 2 health workers were killed by unidentified attackers, the latest in a string of assaults that have hampered efforts to stop the deadly spread of the virus.
Both of these events encapsulate the challenges we continue to face on a daily basis in DRC. Just when we start to get control of the virus in one area, it appears in another. And violence and insecurity continue to undermine the response. We're dealing with one of the world's most dangerous viruses in one of the world's most dangerous areas.
Meanwhile, residents of Goma City say they are worried about the possibility of an outbreak after the first case detected.
When I heard that the disease is in Goma, I was shaken and scared, and that is why I won't stop washing and sanitizing my hands so that I can protect myself from this disease.
Goma, a lakeside city of 1 million people, is more than 350 kilometers south of where the outbreak was first detected a year ago. Officials in the city have been preparing for the arrival of Ebola for a year, setting up hand-washing stations and making sure motor taxi drivers do not share helmets. Nearly 2,500 people have been identified and more than 1,600 killed in what is the second biggest outbreak on record.